Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, I pray we're not on the eve of destruction in New York City. We all love New York City. We all love New York State, and we all love our homes here. And I hope we solve the problems, but we got a lot of problems.
I don't even know where to begin, John. I'm just going to talk about one of the most rudimentary things. I have never seen so much snow in New York City so far after a snowstorm. You can't even walk anywhere.
Well, it's not even snow anymore. It's solid ice.
That's
I mean, it's scary and dangerous out there.
And why haven't they moved it, Craig? I mean, I cannot remember when it's been such a poor job of cleanup of New York City, Craig Eaton.
Cars in Brooklyn are buried in with 3 or 4 feet of snow on the side. They're not going to get out till July, those people.
Yeah, if they're lucky. Mike Zapper.
I couldn't even cross the street, but I still got almost hit by 2 motorbikes, okay? How they get through the snow, I don't understand.
Yeah, by the way, they seem to somehow still go.
Survive.
No lights late at night, no lights.
No insurance, no registration, nothing.
Right.
You don't know to look to your left, you look to your right, they're always there.
It's crazy. The other thing is, too, is we just heard a little bit ago, Mayor Mamdani talking about doubling down on his Department of Public Safety, you guys.
Brilliant. Just a brilliant idea.
Another brilliant idea. And this, of course, goes toward who do you send when there's a call? And Mike Sapercone, you're a former NYPD detective.
And he's talking about having the 9/11 operator make that decision from her nice, warm office, decide if it's going to be
based
dangerous.
on what expertise
That's
is that,
right,
Mike?
based on no expertise whatsoever. A cop can't even make that decision until they're right in the heat of the moment to decide what's happening.
Mike Sapercone, you were with the NYPD for how long?
20 years, sir.
20 years NYPD, so you know a little bit about what goes on in the streets of New York.
I do. I do. And this is, you know what he's doing.
So what's going to happen if you send a social worker to see somebody in the Nitro buildings?
We're going to have officers hurt. We're going to have social workers hurt. We're going to have the complainants hurt. Okay? That's the worst situation you can ever go into, John, is a domestic violence situation. It's number 1 on the hit list that cops concern themselves about and worry about things. So to make that decision and to have a social worker there, I wouldn't mind if you start to bring a social worker with you, but that's not going to be the case here.
Yeah, this is instead of.
That's
right.
This is in replacement of. And he's pushing this now because he's showing all the crime stats. Because Tish has done a great job and the crime stats are going down. So he's saying, well, this is the perfect time to free the police up from do more law enforcement things and not concern themselves about petty things like domestic violence and about mentally ill and mentally ill. I mean, that concerns me. We had how many people killed?
16 died.
People died.
16 died in freezing cold. And he still is sticking by his let's keep the homeless encampments.
Well, it shows he's not ready for prime time. Someone said the other day, 33 years old, doesn't have the experience, and he's really not ready to take over New York City, which is the biggest city in the entire world.
Yeah, and so far, and nothing, no self-reflection.
The one thing that I was upset about is those 14 or 16 people that died after the police commissioner said that we should take them off the streets, and he says no.
How do you say that?
Yeah, how do you say no?
How do you say no to that? Where is the common sense there? How do you do that?
Because I'm not sure if it's driven by common sense, to your point, Mike Sapercone. It's driven by ideology. It's like we're sticking to, we said, we're going to send a social worker. We're going to keep doing it no matter how crazy that sounds. We said we're not going to knock down the homeless encampments. No matter how cold it gets, we're still doing that. That's scary.
But you know what? It's clear he's working as a politician. He's not working as a businessman or as a leader of the city of New York. He's not governing. He's politicizing. He's just being a politician. He's standing up there
we give
and saying what he wants.
We give all the mayors 60 days, 90 days. What's the rule of thumb? 100 days?
The honeymoon. You give him a honeymoon.
100 days honeymoon. So
far, it's a bumpy marriage.
Well, you have garbage in the streets, unclean streets. 16 people die of the cold.
And we're going to send a social worker. Don't worry. I mean, it is. So far, you look at all the headlines, it's like, he's so quiet. I've never seen Judge Weinberg so quiet.
I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah, so what do
He's
you
learning. He's
assess?
listening and he's learning what we're saying.
That's right.
There's so much knowledge, Craig. There's so much knowledge that
sitting
we're
here
imparting.
Taking notes of what we're saying.
Yes,
what Mike and I are saying, he's taking notes.
What about notes what I'm saying?
For tomorrow night.
Hold on. But he has another great idea.
Let's tell everybody who's here.
Yeah, we already did. We did. We
No,
said Craig Eaton. We said Mike Sapricone, and our favorite Judge Weinberg.
Who is Mike Sapricone?
Mike, you already
he was
said
NYPD for 20 years.
You already said
ran
that.
for the U.S. Senate.
Yes,
and
a great security expert.
That's right.
And a great security expert.
And John?
Craig Eaton, 12 years the GOP chairman of Brooklyn.
And both
a
of
great
them,
attorney.
and both of them the greatest hand, both the greatest hand on Mike
From
Sapricone from Aruba. We're doing something wrong, Judge Weinberg. Why do we look so pale?
Because we didn't go to Aruba. Look, I
went to St. Pete.
Yeah, you got a little tan. You got a little tan.
For 24 hours.
Okay, I'll tell you what will turn you white as a sheet. Mamdani wants to raise taxes. He's pushing Hochul on that. He's pushing for more rent controls. That's really good because that'll really increase the supply of housing. That's going to be a real problem. Everybody knows anything about the economics of housing knows rent control kills housing. So what is he going to do about housing? And he doesn't care about people fleeing because he wants to tax the millionaires and billionaires, and they're the productive people who pay the taxes, support the charities, the cultural institutions, provide the jobs. Give me a break.
By the way, you left out there was one millionaire. Remember, he quoted on a story recently, said one millionaire friend of his said he will not be driven away by the increased. So one
probably
person.
His father.
Yes, probably his or his mother, right?
Could be his mother.
Could be his mother too.
I'm just thinking though too. We're talking about him. What's going on with Rikers Island with him too? Now he's not allowing ICE to go there, right? They're talking. Did you see the commissioner?
Yes.
That they brought the commissioner
who's a former con.
Robbery.
Right. Who knows Rikers well because he's been in there.
Felon.
I guess he can relate to everybody there, the
Isn't
correction
that incredible?
officers and to the inmates. And
One of the dumbest
how
ideas.
is it?
One of the dumbest ideas, Mike, ever was the idea of closing down Rikers.
Ridiculous. Because you want to put those institutions in every borough so everybody can be tortured, not just on an island that's far away that's only accessible by a bridge and
they want to spend $14 billion to put jails in a neighborhood near you.
Right. Can you imagine? By the way, before we move on, you guys, the government is officially reopening, right? But the big thing that's still up for grabs is what you were just talking about, having to deal with Homeland Security and ICE. And so now the battle begins. And one of the lines we just heard a few minutes ago, Senator Chuck Schumer said, why is Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, pro-secret police? In other words, take your masks off. How this lunacy is crazy, Judge.
Look, Schumer hasn't been credible in years. Let's be clear. He'll say anything to hold on to his leadership. He's afraid of AOC and a radical left, and he's just fighting like hell to stay on. He's not a responsible leader anymore. He doesn't stand up for the right things. He does not represent the law-abiding people of this
sometimes
state.
34-year-olds grow up real fast, and I pray he grows up real fast.
Yeah, I pray Mamdani grows up real fast for the city.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.